welcome. Before we start, let me ask you this very important question. Have you checked your sugar levels? Why I'm asking you this question is because diabetes today has become an alarming health concern for all of us. India alone has 77 million people with diabetes, and the figure is expected to rise to 134 million by 2045. We are second only to China in terms of the number of people with diabetes, but it seems we soon might overtake them. Amongst us, there are 200 million Indians at the risk of diabetes. Are you one of them is the question. So I ask you again, have you checked your sugar levels? Welcome once again. My name is Suesha Sawant and you are watching India Beats Diabetes with BeatO in association with Republic Media Network, a World Diabetes Day special. BeatO is a digital app-based platform that provides clinically proven, comprehensive diabetes care programs to prevent, control and reverse diabetes under the guidance of experts. Today, on the eve of World Diabetes Day, on this panel, we speak with experts and share with you how through technology, BeatO is reaching the entirety of India, starting from Jammu and Kashmir to Kanyakumari, to ensure diabetes care is available at the click of a button through technology. Let me introduce our panel members. We have with us Gautam Chopra. He is the CEO and co-founder of BeatO. We also have with us Dr. Navneet Agarwal. Also next is Praval Sharma, who you famously know as Sharmaji Technical. He is a tech influencer and BeatO user. And last but not the least, Sujata Sharma, senior dietitian and nutritionist at BeatO. Joining us in the studio is a live audience that will also be sharing its experiences later in the show and asking some questions to our panelists. But before that, we begin with the panel discussion. Dr. Navneet Agarwal, I want to start with you first. Have you checked your sugar levels? This is a very important question, but our viewers need to know why this is relevant, why this is important today, and why must we be aware about our sugar levels and what should our correct levels be?
As we know that the number of the people affected with diabetes is increasing very rapidly. And over 200 million people are at the risk of developing diabetes in near future. And they don't know when will they develop diabetes. In fact, most of them, they detect their diabetes or they come to know that about their diabetes when they go for some other problems in the hospital, even the surgeries like cataract surgeries or some other surgeries, and even they get detected during some routine health checkups. And moreover, the patient, those who are already known diabetic, they don't check their sugars regularly. And that is the main reason that the majority of our patients are uncontrolled because they are not checking their blood sugars regularly. For detecting the patient, those who are undiagnosed, and for motivating the patient, those who are already known diabetic, to check their blood sugar regularly, I'll request you all, whenever you meet your near and dear ones, always ask them, aapne sugar check ki kya?
Absolutely. And on that note, Gautam, I want to come to you next because BeatO is an app, a digital platform, and BeatO has won the National Startup Award in 2021 for healthcare. It has taken upon itself to ensure that through technology, you can make diabetes care more accessible and affordable for Indians. How are you doing this?
BeatO is a one-stop solution for anything diabetes. Dr. Navneet and you asked a very pertinent question, aapne sugar check ki kya? And we start off with that by making, the day-to-day monitoring of blood glucose levels and blood glucose monitoring a lot easier and effective through a very small and simple connected glucometer, which is very affordable and simply plugs into your phone. And, it's not just about monitoring, it's about once you monitor your sugar levels and in case your readings are high or low, then instantly your data is actually analyzed by medical experts comprising doctors, nutritionists, and coaches. And they're able to reach out to you proactively and help you across different aspects of management. Second, more importantly, of course, affordability of diabetes care becomes an important aspect of ensuring control. And we're able to do that by, providing you medicines and other services, for example, the doctor, consults, etc., at a very affordable price of just about 1,000 rupees per month. And lastly, the problem of awareness by ensuring that anything that you need to know around diabetes is available at a click of the button 24/7, and our medical experts are available to you. So we ensure we impart the right education at the right time to the right individual. So we are able to solve also for the problem of awareness in that case.
Absolutely. And, I'd like to bring in Praval Sharma. A lot of you know him as Sharmaji Technical. He's a YouTube influencer and primarily helps us understand and make tech easier for us. So, Praval, explain to our viewers, how easy or difficult is it to use the BeatO app and how did you take to it?
A BeatO app is very useful and very easy to use. I check my sugar alternative days in just less than 30 seconds. It is that easy with just help of the kit and the smartphone. So this is the main device which you use with your smartphone application. You need to just insert this device into your smartphone and then it detects that you have inserted it, and now you need to insert the strip. And now you need to take your blood like this. And in less than 10 seconds, you will get your results. Hello.
So मैंने आपकी रीडिंग देखी, आज हाई आई है?
जी हाँ, आज हाई है थोड़ी सी.
क्या लिया था आज? कोई बात नहीं, आप नेक्स्ट टाइम से ध्यान रखिएगा.
जी बिल्कुल, thank you. So this is how they call you and educate that you have done something wrong. So you need to balance your next meal so your sugar levels will be little down.
So that's certainly very easy to use and you make it look very easy. But I also want to come to you, Sujata, because it is said when you get the right counseling and regular care from an expert, it makes a huge difference in the sugar levels, and sometimes it is even possible to reverse diabetes sometimes in some cases. So your key advice and basic tips on how they should keep their sugar levels under check.
So we have to see that what exactly works for us. Like we have different diets in place, we have exercise routine. So one should always think that what really works for them. That's the most important thing when it comes to managing your own diabetes. Monitoring, as Dr. Navneet rightly pointed, that monitoring is one of the things which actually let us know what exactly the blood sugar readings are. Because until and unless we don't know about what are our sugar levels, we won't be able to work on that. So that's important. Diet is another aspect which needs to be worked upon. So you should know what exactly what kind of a diet you should go for. Don't go for fat diets which is available all through the internet. Always see that what really works for you. That's important. Exercise is the next thing which you needs to work on, right? So at least 35 to 40 minutes a walk or any kind of an exercise in a daily routine is must for diabetic patients.
Absolutely. And now that we've understood the basics of it and heard from our experts, let's cut across to the audience members. Some of them are BeatO users themselves, and really to understand how they came about to use it, what was the first reaction. Saurav Varun is with us. Saurav, yes, thank you for being in our studio today. If you could share your experience of when did you first learn that you have diabetes, how did you discover it, how did you take to the BeatO app, and how often do you monitor your sugar levels?
I'm Saurabh and I'm from Ghaziabad. And 2 or 3 years back, I came to know that I'm in the trap of sugar level. One day on the Facebook, I came to know the BeatO app. तो वो जब हमने उसको देखा तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, मैंने I'll download the BeatO app and I'll monitor my sugar level over there. I'll got a first BeatO plan. Changes में ये था कि भाई आटा तो हम सभी खाते हैं, अब उस आटे में क्या मिक्स करके खाएं कि ताकि हमें आगे के लिए हमारा सही रहे. तो जब मैंने शुगर लेवल वेल टेस्ट करवाया तो मेरा HbA1c 10.2 था. तो मेरे सर ने कहा कि ये तो ज़्यादा है, तो उन्होंने मेडिसिन प्रिस्क्राइब की जो कि मुझे BeatO ऐप से ही आई. तो रेगुलरली मॉनिटर मेरे को मॉर्निंग में शुगर लेवल चेक करनी होती थी और पोस्ट मील मेरे को डिनर शुगर लेवल चेक करनी होती थी. और अगर उसमें थोड़ा सा भी डाइवेशन रहता था तो अक्षता मुझे, जो मेरी कोच थी, वो मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज डालती थी कि आपकी शुगर लेवल हाई है, क्या खाया है. उनकी एक खास बात थी कि वो मेरे को बोलती थी कि आप मेरे को अपनी मील की फोटोग्राफ भेजो. और आप नहीं मानेंगे, मतलब 3 से 3.5 महीने में मैंने दोबारा से, मेरी कंपनी ने हेल्थ चेकअप कराया, मैंने फिर से कराया, तो एट दैट टाइम मेरा जो HbA1c था वो 7 आ गया था.
So basically it's important to be regular, persistent, and BeatO really helps you do that. I believe Chandra Garg is also amongst us, and Chandra, what is your story like? We understand what he felt, but when did you discover you have diabetes and how did BeatO help you through it?
First of all, I want to thank you all, and I want to thank the whole BeatO team. I am diabetic since 2011. पहले तो मैं बहुत, क्या कहते हैं, ऐसे मुझे मेरी होप ख़त्म हो गई थी. मुझे लगता था यार ये क्या लाइफ है कि ये मत खाओ वो मत खाओ इस तरीके से. वन फाइन डे माय जीजा जी टोल्ड मी अबाउट इट, लाइक एक छोटा सा डिवाइस है, तुम यूज़ करके देखो, एंड इट इज़ वेरी पोर्टेबल एंड इट इज़ वेरी ईजी टू कैरी. बेसिकली मैंने BeatO का प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन किया. आई गॉट अ कॉल फ्रॉम, पहले मेरी जो हेल्थ कोच थी वो पूजिता थी, अब सुजाता जी हैं. और हमेशा से डॉक्टर नवनीत ही मेरे डॉक्टर है शुरुआत से। तो इनकी तरफ से मुझे एक मॉरल सपोर्ट भी मिलता है। ये होता है कि कई चीज़ें आप बीइंग अ हाउस वाइफ, आई हैव सो मेनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ ऑन माई हेड। तो ये होता था कि मैं अपने लिए चीज़ें नहीं कर पाती थी और मुझे ना चीज़ों की जानकारी नहीं थी कि बीइंग अ डायबिटिक व्हाट एम आई सपोज टू ईट, एंड व्हाट आई एम सपोज टू स्किप, और हाउ टू मैनेज माई फूड पोर्शन। आफ्टर जॉइनिंग बीटो मेरे में ना स्लोली वो सारी चीज़ें मुझे समझ में आई। कोई भी दिक्कत होती थी, लाइक हेल्थ कोच को सिर्फ एक बार मैसेज करना है कि प्लीज़ काइंडली कॉल मी अप और कैन वी कनेक्ट, इमिडिएटली सेम डे और मे बी आफ्टर एन आवर आई यूज टू गेट अ कॉल। और जैसे कि अभी सर ने कहा कि फूड प्लेट की पिक्चर्स मांगते थे, तो पूजिता यूज टू टेल मी एवरी टाइम, चंद्रा जी प्लीज़ सेंड योर फूड प्लेट पिक्चर, प्लीज़ सेंड योर फूड प्लेट पिक्चर। तो मैंने ना अपनी प्लेट को बहुत बढ़िया सा ऑर्गेनाइज करना सीखा। ये करते करते वो मेरे में ना एक डिसिप्लिन आ गया। आई रिकमेंड पीपल कि आप लोग बीटो के साथ जुड़िए, एंड वंस यू विल कनेक्ट विद देम, जब आप बीटो फैमिली का हिस्सा बनेंगे आपको समझ में आएगा, आप खुद इस चीज़ को महसूस करेंगे कि आपकी लाइफ में कितनी चेंजेस आए हैं। और आप यही सारी चेंजेस है ना आप अपने फैमिली में भी कर सकते हैं। और धीरे धीरे जब फैमिली मेम्बर्स आप में चेंज देखते हैं तो वो भी ये चेंज अपने अडेप्ट करने के लिए रेडी होते हैं और आपको सपोर्ट भी करते हैं एट द सेम टाइम।
You know, there are so many takeaways from your story, Chandra, and most importantly, how you were always there for your family to provide for their needs. BeatO was your best friend, helping you through this journey and providing for your needs. And this certainly has taught us one thing when we hear from our audience members, that monitoring is the first step to controlling diabetes. And while this is very important, I'd also like to say that it's time for us to slip into a very short commercial break, but don't go anywhere. You're watching India Beats Diabetes with BeatO in association with Republic Media Network, a World Diabetes Day special. We'll be right back after this very short break. To stay with us. India Beats Diabetes with BeatO in association with Republic Media Network, a World Diabetes Day special. Continuing with the discussion, I'd like to go to Dr. Navneet to understand as to why people with diabetes generally refuse to take their condition seriously, and what happens if they don't monitor their blood sugar levels regularly and neglect their condition.
Yeah, in fact, the patient, those who are known diabetic, many of times they are asymptomatic. And that is the reason they don't monitor regularly. In fact, many of the patients, they just wait for the symptoms. Like whenever I'll have some symptom, then I'll check my blood sugar. Whenever you ask a patient that when you have last checked your blood sugar, no, I was not having any problems, I haven't checked it for a month. So that is the major reason that patients, those who are not monitoring, they are not achieving the target blood sugar levels. And that is the reason that at the end of 3 months, when you get their A1C done, that is high. So the frequent monitoring is very important, because like they don't have the perceived severity of the disease in mind. Though the disease is severe, we know that it can damage the internal organs, the vital organs, particularly like the kidneys, nerves, eyes and heart. So patient has to make aware that yes, this disease is also critical, this disease is also severe. If you not control your blood sugar levels, and the target blood sugar level has to be achieved, like we say that the fasting blood sugar should be less than 100 and postprandial blood sugar should be less than 140. And if you talk of A1C, this should be less than 7% to prevent the complication in the near future.
Right, right. Sharmaji, I want to come to you. When did you start taking your diabetes seriously? And until you got to BeatO, what are the problems you faced in getting the right advice?
Yeah, I was diabetic from 2017, like more than 5 years now. And the same year we connected with BeatO and we started to using this glucometer. And it was very convenient for me to check anytime, anywhere. And I was like monotonous, so let's check, let's not check, And then I start to feel that the heartbeat is very high. So I used to know what could be the problem. So I used to take the medicine properly and go to the physician, in locally. And recently in this year starting, I got to know the BeatO Care program. And then I realized the problems of going in offline hospital, connecting with the doctor and how he respond and how to talk to you, that is a pain for me. When I use this BeatO care program, I get all this kind of help, support from the doctor. So you get a personal touch. And then you see, okay, there are the solution of the problems, what we face in our daily life. Going to a hospital, getting the medicines done. And now I have an educator, I have a doctor, I have a team who is looking for me. I don't have to look for all these things. So this helps very much in my daily life. This program.
And I'd also like to hear from our audience members. Saurav, Varun, if I could come back to you. When did you started taking your diabetes seriously? And when you started using BeatO, how did you see a change slowly until things got better?
मेन जो जॉब हुआ जब मैं फैमिली के साथ जा रहा था और मैं गाड़ी चलाते चलाते मुझे नींद आ गई तो सामने एक्सीडेंट होते हुए पूरा बचा। तो मेरी फैमिली की भी ये है कि फैमिली में भी सबको शुगर है। मेरे घर वालों ने कहा भाई अब तो आपको थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा। तो जब बीटो में आया तो मैंने काफ़ी सारी उसमें देखा, सबकी स्टोरीज़ पढ़ी, तो मैंने कहा ठीक है मैं इसमें इनरोल करता हूँ। उस टाइम मेरा जब यहाँ पे पूरा फुल बॉडी चेकअप हुआ तो मेरा कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेवल थोड़ा हाई था और HbA1c तो मेरा हाई था ही। तो जब वो HbA1c 10 से ऊपर था तो डॉक्टर साहब ने कहा ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा है, इसको लेवल में लाना पड़ेगा। तो इन्होंने कुछ डाइट प्रिस्क्राइब करी। तो 2.5-3 महीने में 3-3.5 महीने में वो मेरा अराउंड 7 के करीब आ गया था। तो अब डेली मॉनिटर शुगर कर रहा था तो मुझे मेरे लेवल उसी से पता चल जाता था कि कितना लेवल मेरा शुगर का चल रहा है और उसी से 3 महीने में ही HbA1c का ग्राफ मेरे BeatO ऐप पे आ जाता था। तो इसमें जब सुबह शाम मैं शुगर अपनी नापता था तो ये 3-3.5 महीने तक मैंने कंटिन्यूस किया। इससे जो मेरा लेवल था HbA1c का ऐप पे ही आ जाता था कि आपका HbA1c 6-7 के अराउंड आ चुका है और एग्जैक्ट जब मैंने टेस्ट दोबारा से कराया था तो वो उतना ही आया था।
Chandra, I want to come back to you because you're a doctor yourself, and like you said that, you know, responsibilities at home as a housewife, you sometimes tend to neglect yourself. But BeatO helped you take care of yourself and bring the focus back to you. How was that journey like?
That journey was literally very, very beautiful. First of all, they got in touch with me. I enrolled for the program. And you know, that time my HbA1c was 8.1 or 8.2 ऐसे ही था. But accordingly they gave me a diet plan. First 1 month was very difficult, you know, क्योंकि आपको अपनी सबसे प्यारी चीज़ों को छोड़ना पड़ता है या उनको प्रपोर्शन में लाना होता है, वो बड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है. बट येस, अगर आपको अपनी डायबिटीज़ पे कंट्रोल करना है तो यू नीड टू डू दैट. मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें अपने आप में भी चेंज की है, इनके प्लान्स फॉलो किए हैं और अगर कोई भी दिक्कत होती है तो इमिडिएटली मैं सुजाता को मैसेज करती हूँ कि कैन वी कनेक्ट एंड वी डिस्कस ऑन द प्रॉब्लम व्हाट आई हैव. और जिस दिन शुगर मतलब सपोज ज़्यादा भी आती है, पहले तो मुझे ये होता था कि मैं शुगर टेस्ट नहीं करती थी. मेरे मन में एक गिल्ट होता था कि इफ़ इन केस माई शुगर कम्स हाई व्हाट विल आई डू. मैं ये नहीं खा सकती, मैं वो नहीं खा सकती, ये सब हो जाएगा. बट अब मुझे वो डर नहीं लगता है. मैं शुगर अपनी रेगुलरली चेक करती हूँ और अगर ज़्यादा भी आती है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. दे आर देयर टू take care and guide me accordingly.
And now, Sujata, you have personally helped out Chandra sail through this and get her sugar levels under control. What were the challenges like from your point of view?
From a diabetic perspective, there are numerous challenges, right? But being a coach, we need to understand that what really works for her, right? So for basically in her case, her priority is her family, right? She's just running around, she's unable to sleep. So in the most of the consultation, our major conversation is related to how we cater her sleep problem, right? Dr. Navneet is well versed about this problem. So we need to discuss that. If you are not getting any sleep in the night, let's take a nap in the afternoon. This is what small changes you can make and you can get the things done, right? The most important thing is that every diabetic know what needs to be done. Major, except the persons who's recently got diagnosed with diabetes. The people who are suffering from diabetes from a very long time, they know what exactly needs to be done. But they need that driving force. So in BeatO, we work at that level because we are their driving force. We let them know that, no, you have to do this. This is what needs to be done. And this is how the things will work in the future.
Suesha, if I can just maybe quickly add to this, what Sujata just said. And most people, because of the busy lives that they have, I think this ability of providing continuous care over a long period of time becomes hard for people to do themselves. So this is where BeatO comes in, by ensuring that, you know, a proper continuous intervention and data-driven, clinically validated interventions are delivered through our medical experts, doctors and coaches. And hence we see a lot of ability for the individual themselves to be able to achieve that control of diabetes.
You know, on that note, Dr. Navneet, I want to ask you, a very major concern is that many people with diabetes, they really want to know, if they stop using insulin and medication, then what will happen? Is that possible in the first place? What do you have to say about this?
So in fact, like whenever a patient comes to us, his first question is, for how long I have to take these medicines? And every patient, every person wants to get rid of those medications. So when we advise a patient that this is required out of you to get rid of medication, and if the patient is fit for those programs, so like the patient is young enough, patient is a short duration of diabetes, patient is a good insulin secretion from his pancreas, and very energetic and enthusiastic to do the exercise or physical activity, yes, definitely he can reduce the medication, he can even get rid of medication. But it's not possible for everyone. So the proper medical nutrition, or we can say the nutritional intake, the balanced diet, and a good physical activity can help everyone, not like for reducing the medication, or even in some patient for stopping the medication.
I would like to add one more thing, that I was on insulin for a very long time, means it was around 2.5 years. But after joining BeatO, within 5 months of time, I was off insulin. And I'm very happy that I'm not taking insulin, I am on medicines. But the medicines what I'm taking has become minimum. And maybe in future, I'll be off medicines very soon.
I want to say to you all that this has been truly inspiring, and thank you all for joining us in the studio today. We've seen how a diabetes-friendly app can help you with regular monitoring, personal counseling, and give you guidance of experts to help you control your diabetes. Today, BeatO is taking their app and technology across India to spread awareness and ensure people take the right steps to control their diabetes. BeatO has joined hands with Lions Club International to hold sugar testing camps across India, starting with Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, where BeatO will provide monitoring support for early detection and online counseling support from BeatO's certified diabetes educators to people who need further guidance. More about this in tomorrow's episode. Here's a sneak peek.
This World Diabetes Day, BeatO, in association with the Lions Club International, has launched a campaign to spread awareness about this silent epidemic in the country.
The motive of these diabetes camps and collaboration with Lions Club is to spread awareness across the length and breadth of India around diabetes.
Technology is at the heart of it, so that we can provide solutions at an affordable price.
If the patients who are taking insulin but they are not able to control their sugar, then what they have to do?
If we can detect a patient early, we can prevent this complication.
Wanted to really help people. That's why we built this feature onto the app.
Clearly, there's a huge knowledge gap that BeatO is trying to fill.
Thank you, Doctor, for the advice that you've given.
And well, this discussion isn't over yet. Do join us tomorrow for the second part of this very special feature of India Beats Diabetes with BeatO in association with Republic Media Network, a World Diabetes Day special. Thank you all once again for watching. Do join us tomorrow.